With AAA games like GTA 6, Doom, The Dark Ages, and Borderlands 4 stealing the spotlight in 2025, it's easy to forget about the incredible AA games on the horizon. But don't worry, I've got you covered. Today, we're diving into some of the most exciting upcoming AA games you don't want to miss. 10. The Alters. Stranded on a strange planet whose sunrise can kill you due to lethal radiation, this sci-fi survival game from 11-bit Studios will task you with exploring, managing resources, and building a base that will eventually help you escape. While that sounds like a lot of games, The Alters has a unique element working in its favor. Your character will have help with maintaining the base from several copies of himself. However, they are alternate versions, created based on key decisions in his life that went differently, therefore having different personalities and skill sets. So players will have to choose which alter is right for which job, adding another layer to the gameplay hook. This game makes me wish I had alters to help me with my chores and work. Initially set to release in Q1 of 2025, the game has once again been pushed back, with the team hinting at a launch date later this year. The only good news I have for today is that the alters will be available on all current-gen consoles and PC upon launch. 9. Pioner. An open-world first-person shooter developed by GFA Games, Pioneer is set on a post-apocalyptic Soviet-era island. The game promises to immerse players in a world teeming with mutants, anomalies, and hostile factions. Pioneer will offer us a vast environment of approximately 50 square kilometers in size, allowing players to engage in both PvE and PvP activities. This title put a massive emphasis on realism by ditching the traditional health bars and enemy levels, choosing to instead synchronize in-game events with real-time and requiring players to manage their character's hunger and rest. Pioneer's dynamic faction system will also allow you to build relationships and undertake various missions and craft unique weapons from available resources, artifacts, or anomaly energies. Given what trailers we've got so far, it's easy to see certain similarities to games such as Stalker, Call of Pripyat, and Escape from Tarkov. Hopefully, whenever it launches this year, Pioneer will meet and even surpass expectations. The game will be available on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. 8. The Sinking City 2. Developed by Frogwares, The Sinking City 2 is an upcoming survival horror game inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft. Set in the 1920s, the game takes place in the city of Arkham, now plagued by a supernatural flood that has brought decay and eldritch monsters to its streets. While the first game in the series focused more on detective work, The Sinking City 2 shifts more towards full-scale survival horror, with an emphasis on combat and exploration. However, the game does feature an optional investigation system that provides certain gameplay benefits by allowing players to solve puzzles, reveal lore, and unlock secrets. Whether you've played the first game or are completely new to the series, The Sinking City 2 promises an atmospheric survival horror perfect for fans of the genre. Developer Frogwares has launched a Kickstarter campaign on the 6th of March, and by the next day, they had already met their goal. There's no release date available just yet, but their posts on X or Twitter indicate that launch is imminent. The Sinking City 2 will be available on current-gen consoles and PC. 7. Rematch. If you, like many, have grown bored of traditional sports games, in this specific case FIFA, the upcoming Rematch should definitely pique your interest. It looks to be a blend of football with the arcadey style of Rocket League. Rematch will place players in 5v5 matches, with less of the actual rules or recognizable teams, and more of a focus on the pure action of the game. It's being developed by Slow Clap, the same studio praised for its fluid movement mechanics in the martial arts-centric title Sifu. If the team can bring the same satisfaction we got from pummeling opponents into a competitive online sports title, then you'll have another multiplayer game to soak up hours of your time come summer 2025. Also, it will be available on all current-gen consoles and PC. 6. The Precinct. Set in the New York-inspired Averno City in 1983, The Precinct puts you in the role of a rookie cop attempting to clean up his home. Developer Fallen Tree Games proudly wears its early GTA inspirations on its sleeve. But the game sounds like it has a lot more going for it. Players will be confronted with procedurally generated crimes while delving into the city's darker corners, and they'll have a multitude of ways to respond to any given event, as well as what resources to use. meaning your playthrough could go entirely in different directions depending on what you decide. That level of choice, coupled with the gritty neo-noir narrative, will most likely have you interested to investigate further when the Precinct releases on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series on May 13th, 2025. And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button. 5. Ark 2. The sequel to the dinosaur-themed survival game, Ark 2 promises a unique story, enhanced gameplay mechanics, and of course, a T-Rex. Studio Wildcard has already disclosed that the sequel uses a third-person's perspective and a redesigned control system. This includes parkour-like movement skills and Souls-like combat. It sounds like we can expect quite a bit of dodging and blocking. There will also be a world event system that triggers unique occurrences, not just around your character's location, but everywhere in the Ark 2 world. On top of that, there will be a new creature management system, component-based item crafting, and an improved build system with far more options than the original Ark. And of course, the game will feature a multiplayer mode and PvP combat. Ark 2 is set to release sometime in 2025, but there's no exact date for launch. However, what is known so far is that the game will initially release as an Xbox exclusive. It's yet to be confirmed whether the game will later be ported to the PlayStation. 4. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. With jaw-dropping visuals, what looks to be a dense turn-based combat system, and a stacked cast that includes Charlie Cox, Ben Starr, Jennifer English, and Andy Serkis, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a AAA game. But it was actually only made by around 30 people. Set in a dark fantasy world, the game will follow a group going up against a powerful sorceress, who, upon writing a number in the sky, magically kills everyone of that age. Developer Sandfall Interactive set out to create a high-quality turn-based RPG, citing neglectfulness from AAA studios and inspirations from Japanese releases like Final Fantasy and Persona. It looks remarkable, the premise is enticing, and the reactive elements like dodging and parrying bring a level of excitement to combat. Whenever it releases this year, be sure to check it out. 3. Little Nightmares 3. Little Nightmares 3 continues the acclaimed puzzle platforming horror adventure series, introducing players to two new protagonists, Low and Alone. Trapped in the eerie worlds on the Nowhere, these two must collaborate in order to navigate treacherous environments filled with grotesque creatures and intricate puzzles. The game introduces online co-op gameplay, allowing two players to control Low and Alone, each equipped with unique items to use, a bow and arrow for Low and a wrench for Alone. These items will come in handy when trying to overcome challenges. However, if you're planning to play this game on your own, don't fret, an AI companion will be there to assist you throughout the journey. Little Nightmares 3 is set to be released in 2025 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch. 2. Subnautica 2. The original Subnautica and its follow-up, Below Zero, are great survival games, unless you happen to have a fear of open water or gigantic sea creatures trying to swallow you up. The new entry, set to release in early access in 2025, looks to expand on everything the other games did. One way it'll do this is by introducing co-op multiplayer for the first time, with the option of up to 4 players. Another way is through a mechanic that was cut from the original game, which will let you alter your DNA for new abilities. You can expect even more in-depth underwater biomes to explore, though what dangers the developers have planned for us players when we get there has us giddy with anticipation. Subnautica 2 is set to launch somewhere between 2027 and 2028, but for those of you who can't wait, there's some good news. Early access will be made available sometime this year, and it will be available for PC and Xbox Series. Before we move on to the last title on the list, here is a bonus entry for all you PC players out there. Den of Wolves, a co-op first-person shooter developed by the same creators who brought us Payday the Heist and Payday 2. Set in Midway City, an unregulated innovation zone, players operate as criminals for hire, engaging in industrial espionage, theft, and assassination for rival corporations. There's not yet a release date set, but so far we know it's a PC-only game. 1. Hollow Knight Silksong. The eagerly awaited sequel to the critically acclaimed action-adventure game, this installment will have players assume the role of Hornet, a skilled warrior and princess, protector of the Hallow Nest as she embarks on a journey to a mysterious haunted kingdom. The game promises a vast, interconnected world filled with new enemies, challenges, and intricate landscapes to explore. Players can expect refined combat mechanics, a variety of new abilities, and an expanded arsenal of tools to aid in their adventure. There's no set release date yet, however Silksong will be available on previous generation consoles too, so even if you don't have a PS5 or an Xbox Series, you can still join in on the story. What other AA games set to release this year are you looking forward to? Let me know your favourites in the comments section below, and if you enjoy gaming content, make sure to click on the videos linked on screen.